Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I want to start off by saying big mistake by me yesterday. I posted a video without an audio, so today you guys are going to get a double upload. So you'll get two videos today. So we're going to start off with doing a quick recap on the games from yesterday. So I want to start off with the Argentina-Austria game. 2 goals for Messi, proving why he is the best player of all time. Honestly, I don't know what he can't do at this point. He's breaking records on top of records. He's so good. The way he reads the games, the way he moves. And that Argentina team, you can tell by their tactics, they're just looking for him. Wherever there's space, they're just trying to pass it to him. They're just trying to get him involved. It's crazy. It's also impressive how he's really been able to play at this high level, even though people were saying that him moving to the MLS was going to finish his career. He wasn't going to be fit enough. His age is going to be a big factor. But look at him. He's top tied a top scorer, I think, with Mbappe, which is insane to me. That just goes into his legacy. Um, a little bit about the game. Obviously, we had the great performance from Messi, and he played super well. But we did have a bit of a controversy in terms of the the goal, the foul leading up to the goal. I do think that the first goal should have been disallowed. I do think that's a foul on the Austrian player, and I don't think that goal should have counted. They should have brought it back. But regardless of that, I think mistake that did happen that the VAR did not catch or call back. I do think Messi would have still scored, and I still think Argentina would have been too much for Austria. Austria did put up a good fight, but overall, the game was done. I think this is the best team out of the group, and they're still very clear favorites. What's really interesting to think about too is like I feel that the Argentina team is playing with a little bit more calmness than they did in their last World Cup. Since they already won, since they have a lot of the same core players, I feel like they're really playing with confidence and a little bit more relaxed than they did in the last World Cup, and I think that's going to really help for the later stages. They've been there, they know how to go through it, and they know how to win. So I'm excited to see them in the knockout stages. They have one more game to go, but this team is definitely semifinal contenders for sure. Maybe even win it all. Next thing that I want to talk about is essentially a little bit into the fact that Argentina does rely heavily on Messi. I do want to see maybe Messi take a rest in the next game against Jordan since they've already moved on to the next round. I want to see if this team can still create goals and still play well without Messi, without his goals. So let's see if their over reliance on him can be a detriment, or if they can still perform even without him on the field. Um, and then the last part. So we saw Julian Alvarez come in the second half. A lot of news behind him has been really interesting and is very crazy to hear. But essentially, it's insane to hear Julian Alvarez is at the position where he's talking to the media saying that he wants to transfer request, he wants to leave Atletico Madrid. This is going on as there's speculation that Barcelona has been trying to tap him up and trying to get him to sign. But as an Atletico Madrid fan, which I'm not, I'd be really sad. I saw some posts of people burning his shirt already, so people are not happy with Julian Alvarez. But it is unfortunate, but I don't think Barca has the money. I don't know what they're going to agree on. It's going to be an interesting back and forth over the summer as this World Cup goes on. But sad to see. I think Julian Alvarez maybe should have waited on his comments. I don't think he should have spoke out. But players do have the freedom to speak their mind. So and he did. So can't knock him for that. But that brings us to the next um, game. So the next game that we have in this group, J, is the Jordan and Algeria game. So this game was pretty. I think in the first half it was pretty back and forth. I think Jordan coming up with the goal ahead was very shocking for many people. I think this Algeria team was very not as creative as I thought they would be. I think they played much better than in the first game against Argentina. Having Mahrez play the game definitely had a better effect. I think he really made them better, and I think that Jordan played well too. But it's and Algeria has more talent, and they should have won this game. Um, I do think the first goal from Jordan was a little bit of a mistake. I think Zidane could have done better again. I think he did get a hand on it, but it's tough. He is a shorter goalkeeper, but I think he could have stopped that. Yeah, maybe the shot was too hard, but I think he could have done better. Overall, Algeria deserved the win. They finished out 2-1. They had a little a little heart attack though in that first half, going down 1-0, but they'll make it through. Unfortunate for Jordan. They play Argentina next, and I don't see them winning that, so I think Jordan will be out of this World Cup. Algeria most likely looking for that third place spot. Um, Next up, we have France and Iraq. France and Iraq was an interesting game. A very, I think, dominant performance by France. I think they controlled the game throughout. I didn't really see Iraq getting a goal. I didn't see them even winning throughout the game. Mbappe scored two great goals. Assist for Elise. The team is just too stacked. The offense has way too much, and Mbappe is in incredible form right now for the World Cup. I think they should probably rest him for the next game, but you never know. They are playing Norway. They maybe want to go at it and really fight for that first place in this group. But overall, the only thing in this game that we got to see that was different is that we did have a weather delay. There was a 2 hour delay because of the storm that crossed by in Philadelphia. That was interesting to see how quick the staff, and I want to congratulate the staff, how quickly they tried to adjust. Team players also adjusted. They did their warm ups. They were able to play after 2 hours, and it still kept the level of performance pretty well. I know it's an interesting um, situation to deal with, especially with Iraq. I think they would have benefited more from the 2 hour break, really rest their players, and maybe press a little bit harder. But overall, France is still, there's just too much talent, too much for any team right now, and they're clear favorites to also make it far in this World Cup. So France 3, Iraq 0. Last game to talk about, Norway Senegal. Now this was such a good game to watch. I enjoyed watching this one. It was really surprising to see how it was just going back and forth. I think both teams played really well. Holland scored two great goals, and I want to give Norway its compliments on their offense. They played super well. Their Odegaard and Holland connected well on one of his goals, and I think both of them played really well in this game. I think Odegaard did not play well in their first game, but they really proved themselves in this game. Holland has been scoring for fun as he does, but the defense is still an issue with Norway, and I think that's really their Achilles heel. I think their defense will let them down once we get to these tougher opponents and bigger games. Letting in two goals from Senegal is not. Senegal is a good side, but it's still a lot of goals that they're letting in. They let in a goal from Iraq, and I think their defense could have done better there. Let's just see if their offense can outscore other teams. Overall, the game was really good to watch. I had, unfortunately, like I said, my video had some issues and I had to delete and remove it. But in that video, I did predict that Argentina was going to win. I had Algeria winning, I had France winning, and I had Norway winning in my bets. So unfortunately, that is what happened. But overall, a great day for the games. I really enjoyed watching it. It's incredible to see how these nations are playing. I love seeing the World Cup, and it's been a good day. Well, I thank you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video.